Alright guys, you ready for it? This is great. So I'm in Orlando and I'm going to a conference here and it's very exciting. It's the summit, the 100 Millionaire Summit, and it's very exciting. It's been happening, for a while and we've been all looking forward to it. La la la. I was supposed to go to Tampa at the end of last month, but Ian came and I couldn't fly, right? So I was able to get the credits from there and apply them to my flight here, which is awesome. So I was like, yeah, the universe, because I wouldn't have been able to afford the flight down here if that hadn't happened. So yeah. So I got the flight. I'm here at the terminal. Elevators. Am I at Terminal A? I think I am. I think so. Which means I need to go down to. I thought I would be walking a lot more. Where's that at over there? Let me go check. So yeah, so I'm here in Orlando. Got into the airport. And the thing is, I've been kind of expecting some money to clear, and this is again to my everlasting. I keep doing this, right? Keep doing it. No, I need to go downstairs. So I'm expecting some money to clear and some money to come in, and it hasn't, and now I'm overdrawn again. Several times over. And yeah, so I'm like several $100s in the hole right now. And I don't have any money in my bank account, which means this morning when I was getting on I had money for the train because I had my Charlie card, but when I was getting on the shuttle from Back Bay, they're like, oh, it's $3. I was like, oh. I thought this was public transport. I thought I'd be able to use the trolley card. They're like, no. And I was like, well, if I give you my card, it's going to be declined. And they're like, oh, I don't know what to say. And I'm like, I don't either. So they were like, am I level 2? No, we're going to be in level 1, right? Level 1. Alright, let's go look for the elevators. I'm not quite sure. So, there's elevators. This isn't level 1. This is level 2. We're gonna go in the elevator. Let's see if you guys can follow me.
Please.
So.
Return to some country, Pakistan.
Level
2.
That's what happened this morning. And I was kind of waiting, hoping that by the time I got to... Well, the other thing is, I got up early, and my flight was at 9:10. And, Yep. There you go.
Attention, please.
Here, 1 second.
I'm just trying to get my stinking husband.
That's how it always is, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow. He'll get there eventually. Oh, here we go. Have a good one. So yeah, so I was able to, they let me get on and I was able to get there. My flight was at 9:10 and I was like, in my head, I was like, okay, I'll be there at 7, and then somehow I got switched to, I gotta get up at 7. So I gotta leave at 7. So I was like, okay, and I woke up a little late. I did some meditation, it was great, and then I realized as I kind of looked at the flight again, I was like, oh shit, it's at 9:10, and I there's no way I'm gonna make it, or at least there is a way I could make it, but it's gonna be tight. So I'm like, ooh. And I get on the orange line and I go to the Back Bay and I get on the bus that I just told you about that let me get on for free because my card would have been declined. And so, and then I got to the airport and I got on my flight. Well, so halfway, I was sitting there in the bus, right, waiting to go to the airport, and it's sitting there, and it's sitting there, and it's sitting there, and I'm like, oh my god, and 'cause knowing that they were going to be starting to board soon, and then I get an alert to my phone saying, oh hey, your flight has been pushed back to 11:55. And I was like, oh, okay. So I had plenty of time and I didn't have to worry, so that was kind of exciting, and I was like, thanks universe, you're the best. And you know, the whole tickets to Tampa thing, you know, I was able to reapply them to this, so I'm pretty certain that the universe wants me here. And then I'm in the airport and I'm like, you know, there's like a couple $1,000s that's supposed to go into the account that aren't there, and that's the money that I'm going to pay for the hotel with, and the money that I'm going to pay to get to the hotel with. So now I'm in Orlando and there's a $2 bus fare that I can't afford to pay. So I'm figuring this out. But also, even if I do, when I do, and I get to the hotel, I can't check in because they're not going to take my card. Okay. Like, there's money that should have been there, like, honestly, like, days ago. And we don't know why it's not there yet. It's in the Stripe account. It's supposed to go into the bank account. Didn't go into the bank account. And because I didn't get that money, I overdrawn. Now, let's be honest, because that's not the reason I overdrew, because a couple of times I thought it was okay to go eat at Burger King instead of eating the food at the house. So that's my bad. You know, so there was that, and I've been kind of freaking out a little, but also, you know, I'm really working on my connection to the universe and my how I deal with my emotions, right? That's what I've been working on for forever now, and it's getting better and better as we go. So one of the things that I was thinking about today was like, okay, well, I want to get into Orlando. Clearly the universe is going to have something ready to go for me. Who knows, right? Not so much. I was kind of hoping that the money would be in the bank, or that something would happen. I didn't know. I didn't know. This money's supposed to be in the bank though, and it's just not. It's not. And because, like, honestly, like, if I had that money, I wouldn't have overdrawn. And now I'm like $350, almost $400 overdrawn. Don't you love those service fees? The ridiculous $35. Like, I don't have any money, asshole. Like, I don't have any money. Why are you charging me $35? Just say no to the charge. But no. And you're like, oh yeah, I could sort of like not have that not come out of the account, but at the same time, I'm in a credit program that if I miss a payment, I get kicked out of the program, and I had several $1,000s right up front. So didn't want to miss that payment, and that was like $200. And then like freaking Disney, like $35 for a $20 fee for a $20 charge, whatever. Anyway, so I'm thinking about it. Like, how am I gonna get? I'm honestly. So I clearly have to learn this lesson, right? Like, this has happened enough times, not to this degree, but this has happened enough times to me where it's like I'm counting on money that hasn't come in yet, and it doesn't come in when I think it's going to come in, and it still doesn't come in when I think it's going to come in, and it waits. It waits for me. You know, so this is 100% my fault. And maybe this time I'll learn my lesson. That's kind of how I'm viewing it. Like, all right, the universe is gonna let me sweat it out. So that's fine. But I was, you know, I called another person who owes us money, and you know, has owed us for a while, and he hasn't been responding to me. But that was because his phone got messed up, it turns out. So he was responding to me today. So I asked, and he's going to do that, and it will be fine when he does that. But he's not going to be able to do it. He's going to move money around, so he's not going to be able to do it until tonight or tomorrow. And you can't be like, well, actually, would you mind getting it done as soon as you could? You can't do that with a client. So, you know, so I've been kind of like, I was not flipping out. That's extreme. I was getting nervous, let's say that way, in the Boston airport and on the flight. And, you know, I've been really working on my emotional reactions and consequently my spirituality. And, you know, I was like, okay, I turned on some Michael Singer and I was like, okay, Michael Singer's going to have something good to say to me, you know, and he always does. And he was talking about, how, see, I can't even think of it now. How you got to be able to roll with it, every emotion, basically. Like you're not your feelings. Again, you're not your feelings. You're not your thoughts, right? And what you are is the conscious being that is inhabiting this body and listening to those thoughts and feeling those feelings, right? That's just, I'm the conscious being who's experiencing this. So in that, I'm okay. Like nothing bad is really happening. My consciousness is set. We're good in here. You know, and he was just saying like, so no matter what happens, you know, the feelings that come over you, you know, they're supposed to be temporary and they're supposed to kind of just go through you. And, you know, no matter what it is you're feeling, you know, it could be like rage or whatever. You just kind of sit there and you let it blow on you like the Bose commercial, right? Like, or like, you know, watching a hurricane when you're a little kid, going to the window and being like, look at all the wind. So, you know, getting excited about it that way and enjoying it to a degree, no matter what the emotion is, because the emotions go up and down and all around. And that's something that we, you know, we're in this life and we should enjoy the range of emotions that we have. So I'm like, all right, okay. And the other thing is like, right, if I have to, so the universe has bailed me out so many times in the past few weeks, past couple of months. Like I was kind of hoping for another time, but she's like, yeah, you know what? it's enough. You gotta learn to take care of yourself. Like, all right, universe, okay. So yeah. So the thought here is if I can't like swindle my way onto the $2 bus fare, I may have a 4-hour walk ahead of me. But you know what? I could use the exercise. And this is an adventure. Who knows what's going to happen next? We'll see. So that's kind of how I'm going to it. You know, and another thing that I've been doing is the Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself meditations in the morning. And, you know, it talks about, you know, isolating the thought patterns and the emotions that are the habit that you're programming that is keeping you from being an actual human being. And then kind of replacing it in a way with programming that's, well, not programming, but at least awareness of the person that you want to be and becoming that person right then and there, right? Like it's all meditation. It's all kind of hypnosis stuff. And I'm doing it every morning, and probably not these next few mornings because it's going to be late nights and early mornings. But he's like, well, how, you know, think about the person that you want to be. What do they act like? This great person, what do they do? What do they act like? How do they walk? You know, what do they think? What do they feel? And I'm just like, you know what? The great person that I'm going to be. We walk confidently. That's right. We're confident, you know, and like we're cool with whatever the universe sends our way. And I'm again using the royal we. I tend to do that. You know, just like whatever the universe, you know, and just kind of cool with whatever emotions come up. And yeah, and just trusting the universe and being aware that we're just in an undifferentiated quantum field. And this is all craziness. This is crazy. So just appreciate it, right? Well, I'm here. Look around, and this is a predicament I've gotten myself into. I'm sure I will get myself into many more in this life. And let's see if I can get myself out of a pickle. And if, at the very least, I could use the exercise, a 4-hour walk. I should probably leave now, though, because it'll be 9 o'clock by the time I get there. Yeah. Yeah, I should probably go take care of that. I just haven't wanted to because, like, really, who wants to go on a 4-hour walk? Although it's not that hot out here. Usually it's really hot in Orlando, but it's not right now, so that's cool. At least if I've got a 4-hour walk, I've got my sunglasses, I put some sunscreen on, I've got my cap in one of my bags, and got a couple of bags that are a bit heavy, you know, but by the time I get to the hotel, hopefully the money will be in the bank. And we'll see, you know, like, I'll let you know what happens, okay? All right, so I'm grateful because earlier in my life, you know, even like a couple years ago or even like a year ago, this might have me freaking out. But I'm not. We'll see what happens. It's just kind of exciting, right? We'll see what happens next. All right, guys. I'm grateful for that attitude, and hopefully I'll be grateful for someone letting me on a $2 bus for no money. We'll see. All right. I just want to remind you all that if I can find something to be grateful for in my little predicament here, my pickle that I've gotten myself into, you can too.